of time. Ooh, gotta watch for myself. From the top of the shelf, I gotta watch for myself, because it's only just a matter of time. Ooh, it's only just a matter of time. Ooh, only just a matter of time. Why don't you just wait? And you might see, I'm singing. Why don't you just wait? Why don't you just wait? And you might see, I'm singing. Why don't you just wait?
All right, so that was You Might See. How did it feel to have that on the radio? I already know you guys have been on the radio, Trent Schneider, of Happy Hours.
Don't I? I love it. It's so neat, you know, like, wow. The thing that was in Jack's computer got transmitted all over.
Yeah, it's such an amazing experience. I've had all these files just sitting on my hard drive forever. I never would have expected anything like this to happen.
Yeah. I feel like it's crazier for you guys, since you guys are the one who sweat over, like, every syllable and, like, every decibel of, like, the instruments, you know. Yeah, it's gotta be neat. It's like a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been, I mean, we talked about this a little bit outside, but what's been the response from the community, and has that shocked you?
People are so sweet. I didn't know people were so sweet.
Everybody has been, like, so supportive. It's really
crazy.
been mind-blowing. Just, the amount of love from, like, everyone who we've shown the EP to. Even, like, from the very beginning with, like, the rough demos, just playing those for friends. And, like,
and I know those didn't sound good.
And they did not sound good. And we were like, just wait, as you might see.
We'll go to class and, like, people will come up to us and just be like, yo, man, I love your album. It's so good. It's like, oh, thanks. That's so awesome.
That's a crazy thing. That means someone took their own time to, like, think about us, you know, like, wow, what a thing that is in itself. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Bloomington is just... It's just an amazing environment for artists, I really feel like. It's
There's so
supportive.
many people that want to do this stuff, you know,
Yeah.
like that want to do everything involved in the making of music and media around music. Like, we were shooting a video and, like, so many people showed up, just, like, kicking. Like, it was so cool, you know? It was, like, this whole environment that we just started creating in the past, like, few months. Like, I wish we'd been doing this for 3 years, you know? Yeah.
And we have a lot of friends, too, who, like, have their own projects, and they got their own bands, and it's just great, you know, we've been playing shows with friends, and, like...
Yeah, it's weird thinking that we're one of the bands now. It's very, it's a weird thought,
Well, that's awesome. Quick little plug. I'll post it on my Instagram story, but you guys are playing at the Reef tonight. Second live show. I was curious, when you guys were making this, did you have the thought of playing live shows in mind? And did that impact how you wrote certain things, or was it just like, forget it, we're going to make our own thing and we'll see how it comes out live?
Tommy, you want to answer that?
I don't know. So I am a theater kid to the core, right? I've been doing, like, since I can remember, I just, like, very out there. So, I don't know. It's always been, like, I thought, like, the majority of what makes these songs incredible is the production that went into them. Like, these two are geniuses. Like, the amount that the audio industry, like, the audio program here has, like, conditioned them to just make perfect sounds. It's like, we spent the past 2 years jamming together, and we sound really good when we play music together. We each played it, like, we each have, this is a little trio right here, but, like, we really don't, that's not kind of our thing when we perform, you know? I feel like it's if we can play the thing, it just sounds like we sampled, like, flutes and, like, all these things that we, like, put in as pieces. So it really wouldn't be complete without just playing the thing and, like, performing it to the song. So it didn't really change how we wrote anything, no.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like we're sort of focused on outputting music, and then shows are just, like, hey, like, we love being around people, you know? Like, come, like, come.
Yeah, the shows were definitely an afterthought. I wasn't thinking about shows at all when we were producing the beats. It was just like, okay, this sounds really good. I like it. Let's save this and maybe do something with it. And then we ended up recording some vocals, and now we're playing them back for other people. It's really cool.
And now you're here.
Yeah, it was like we were trying to figure out, like, how can we play these songs live, you know, with, like, instruments and stuff. And, yeah, we kind of just decided it wouldn't really do the songs justice, I think, to to just kind of like have the three of us pick up an instrument and like try to recreate everything that these songs are.
I feel like the sound that we want comes from a band of like 40 people, you know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of tough to do. And like, that's not to say that there aren't bands out here doing it, man. I go to see like Funk Almighty or like, and oh my God, they have this full sound like on this stage. It's so neat, dude. And I almost wish we could do that, but I love that it's just the three of us doing our thing. Like, it doesn't really feel like a thing to mess with, you know? So it's like, yeah, and it's like people are still singing the words when they hear us playing them, you know? That's like the craziest thing. Like, when you hear the exact drum line from like the next song, Ashes in the Wind, like, the second you hear it, it's like an ASMR response to me because I've heard it 3 trillion times and the hair on the back of my neck stands up. It is so funny. And it's like, but like, you know what it is. And if you're not us who have heard it 1 trillion times, then it's like, this is Ashes in the Wind.
Yes.
And,
I feel like that was the perfect transition to your second song on the
It worked
EP.
way too well.
We can't not take advantage of that.
We cannot.
We're going to go ahead and play Ashes in the Wind by Citruses. Enjoy.
Chillin', but I'm cruising with the windows down. Yeah. There's something about the bricks, just live for feeling alive. Why about that? Why about this? Why about that? Right now, that's just ashes in the wind. Hey, burn it all away before they give me some. They gon' give me some. Come on. Burn it all away before they give me some. They gon' give me some. No. Before they give me some, they gon' give me some. But right now, that's just ashes in the wind. Hey, it never felt right to just sit still, sit still. Until I'm running out of gas, going downhill, downhill. 2 left feet and some new whips, new whips. Falling out of love with it, stretching out my legs and it. About time, I took a couple days with it. Burn it all away before they give me some. They gon' give me some, come on. Burn it all away before they give me some. They gon' give me some, no. Before they give me some, they gon' give me some. But right now, that's just ashes in the wind. Hey. Yeah, they gon' give me some. They gon' give me some.
Ashes in the wind.
Give me some.
Ashes in the
Right now, they gon' give me some. They gon' give me some. Burn it all away before they give me some. They gon' give me some. Come on. Burn it all away before they give me some. They gon' give me some. No. Before they give me some, they gon' give me some. But burn it all away before they give me some. They gon' give me some. No. Burn it all, burn it all, burn it all, burn it all, burn it all away, baby. Burn it all, burn it all, burn it all, burn it all, burn it all away, yeah. Before they give me some, they gon' give me some.
All right, that was Ashes in the Wind by Citruses once again.
What a little tune, eh?
What a little 2.5-minute tune. So good to listen to. I was curious. What's it about?
It's about a lot of things, I guess. Like, it's definitely a bit ambiguous. So it's about so many, like, it's about, like, 3 separate things, right? It's about smoking with your friends, but it's also about, like, like, we're trying to make it out here, and the world is literally ending. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's such a dichotomy that I'm sitting here, like, working so hard for my goals as things are setting on fire, you know? And it's like, I feel like that's a big part of what it is. Like, damn, y'all effed up the world before you even gave me some. Like, you know, like we're out here doing the thing, and it's like, yeah. So that's kind of what it was about. But it's also like, damn, why y'all smoke the whole thing and not pass it to me? So it's a pretty cute little tune, you know?
That's
Packed
funny. I
with
had no
lots of
idea.
meaning.
I had no idea that's what
I
the
never
meaning
thought
was.
about that.
Yeah.
That is like
funny.
crazy.
We don't
deep.
discuss it, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys have a feature on there. Is it Aramid?
That is Aramidi.
Aramidi, oh gosh.
It was so I've only seen her, or at first I'd only seen her name written, and we were trying to like, I'm trying to think of the hilarious mispronunciations that we were coming up with. No, it's Aramidi, and Aramidi killed it, man. She came in not like first take was probably used on the song. It's so crazy, dude. Yeah, she's a jazz student here, right?
Yeah,
Jazz
she's a
vocalist?
Jacobs jazz vocalist.
Yeah, she killed it.
We found her on the Mike Discord.
Yeah, she didn't even she hadn't even been attending Mike, but I was like, our freaking album is a dude fest. Like, it's only guys who have ever put any work into this album, you know? And it's like, not only like I was like, we need a woman doing anything, like let alone singing, because obviously female vocals are like the greatest thing to ever bless a song. But it's like, if a woman played piano on this, I would feel better, you know? As long as like it's not a dude fest going on. And you know what? It's not. Jack's girlfriend made the coolest out. Like the cover is entirely her, and it was
sick.
like, yeah, it's just so cool how things, it all came together. And it wasn't a dude fest. I love that.
Shout out Emily listening right now.
Shout out Emily.
Shout out Emily.
Huge shout out.
I was gonna ask. So she did the single artwork as well, or?
No, Tommy did the single.
Those
artwork.
those really weren't like they were supposed to be temporary, like just placeholders. I feel like we really did not want to like put out the album cover. That's like such a cool thing,
right?
You know?
Yeah.
And so we're like, if we could just make two cute little placeholders for the time being, like they're just singles, and they look like each other, right? So that was just like Illustrator,
Cool. And who made the logo, might I ask?
Oh, that was your boy, yeah. Well, Luca did the little swirlies on the letter I got. I was like, look at this.
I was watching over Tommy's shoulder, just giving input.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
That is my baby. I like wake up and think about what this sticker looks like. I've never been more proud of a thing. Like, that's not something I do, make stickers. So it's like, yeah, Illustrator is the greatest thing that's ever been invented.
And now it's tangible and it's out there, and
I know, right?
people
And now
can stick
you
it.
have it.
I have it. I'm gonna put it on my water bottle.
Ooh, exciting.
Also, while we're talking about it, all of the like little cute animations and stuff that you might have seen on like the Spotify canvases or on our Instagram,
Animations.
all of those are made by Tommy.
I do like doing the cute animations.
Multi-talented
Man of many
person.
talents.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks.
That's awesome. I have
Thanks.
to ask too. What are your guys' musical inspirations? Where do you?
That's a good question.
Everything that has
Yeah,
ever made sound ever.
I would just say that the EP is
This is a
very
you guys
funk,
question.
soul inspired. It's definitely your own thing, but I can tell that you have your preferences.
It's
in
so
music.
funny. When we're not playing music, we are in Jack's studio. Or like when we're not recording, we're in his studio listening to the most random like jazz on YouTube, I think, right?
Yeah,
like,
I follow a bunch of channels that just post a ton of random music.
The most like
Just
pulled out of a crate.
obscure stuff you've never heard of. A lot of the artists are like the title of the video is in a different language, so I don't even know what it is.
Often Japanese, I feel like. It's a lot of Japanese jazz, which is
Okay.
that's amazing stuff.
But I think our main influences, like Luca and I listen to a lot of 70s soul and R&B and
Okay.
funk, and I was in jazz band in high school, so I've got a big jazz background.
Okay.
And-
sick.
Hear this man on the guitar.
We all-
My lord.
Yeah. We also listen to a lot of like modern hip hop and sort of like 90s hip hop. I mean, it's really all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
It is a bit all over the place, yeah.
Yeah, the way a lot of these like instrumentals came to be was Jack and I will often go out to Landlocked downtown and just
Yes.
just sift through some records. And we'll get like often like the 50 cent records and you know
Bargain bin.
yeah, the bargain bin and just to get like anything that's old and looks, you know, remotely interesting, we'll bring them back and listen to them. And yeah, a lot of the samples are just like pulled off of there.
Wow. Okay.
And yeah, like Jack said, often just 70s soul and jazz for the most part.
We should probably clarify. In Jack's home, he has like it's like a 2-bedroom, and one of the bedrooms is completely devoted to sound. Like it is slammed
The entire thing
with
is just filled with
guitar
audio
amps
equipment.
and cabinets and like instruments and a
I've
record
got
player.
two
that directly
gigantic
inputs.
desks that
Ooh.
are completely full. There's not an inch of
It is
space.
2 giant tables of audio gear. It's pretty sick.
Is that
yeah.
where you guys recorded, or?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that was the console room, right?
control
The
room.
control
Yeah.
room. That was the control room. And then the basement was where we recorded. So we had these 100-foot cables.
Wow.
You should see this guy's house. He's so organized with these cables, bro. It's crazy. They're like
man.
routing all along. And yeah, it's so neat.
Yeah, we recorded like the majority of the EP in just like a week. Really, it was like the first week we got back from winter break.
That's pretty crazy.
We were
Yeah,
just
it was pretty,
we had like a week before classes started, and we just
I forgot
for
about that.
hours a day just
Yeah.
going. And Tommy was in the
That was a
basement. Tommy lived in the
stressful
basement for that week.
I was a troll in the basement.
There's just a rug and some blankets hanging on the walls, but it's just a big concrete box.
Yeah. Which
Very-
isn't ideal for audio, but I liked it.
It's got a nice vibe
Yeah.
to it.
I think the vibe is like the most important part. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, how am I feeling down there? What am I gonna do down there? You know, yeah. There's a carpet. We put a candle every now and then. It was pretty nice. It was a good setup.
Fire hazard.
Bit of a fire hazard, but you know.
I feel like now is as good a time as ever to mention Matt Teeden, our
Oh, my
good friend
goodness.
from audio, who mixed the entire EP for us under a very like soon deadline,
Tense
like very close
schedule.
deadline.
Yeah.
And yeah, just like the vocals being recorded in the basement, he had to do quite a
We
bit
got
to just
some
like
flack from
get-
Matt.
get
for
that-
recording the
yeah,
vocals in
he
the
was
basement.
roasting us a little bit.
but yeah,
He was like, "You guys, it's a cement. It's like the worst."
It's like, you do what you gotta do, man. Would you rather us do it in the closet?
For
Like,
real. And I know I would not rather us do it in a closet. Have you ever recorded in a closet?
I think when I used to do at home,
Mm-hmm.
my dad walked on me doing this one time. I sat on the floor, propped my laptop up, took a blanket, threw it over my head, and then like sang into the mic.
That's
You do
funny.
crazy things to get vocals
That's
sometimes,
funny.
I think.
Yeah, my dad used to walk in on me, like, doing oohs and ahs and make fun of me. I'd be like, ooh. He'd be like, what are you doing? I was like, it sounds so cool, I promise.
just wait till the finished product.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
doesn't
just
have any
wait it
reverb
out.
on it yet.
There's no reverb, Dad.
Well, love our parents. There's no really clean way to transition into this next song, but I want to go ahead and play it.
Maybe in another life,
Ooh.
my oohs and ahs would be better
talk about
sounding.
Gavin.
Oh yeah, real quick.
Gavin.
Gavin.
Shout out my buddy Gavin, who is featured on this song.
Okay.
I've had this beat for probably 2 years at this point, just sitting on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember when I made it, but I had this verse sitting there, and we pulled up the song to play it for Tommy. And I just saw the verse there. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember recording this. We played it, and Tommy was like, yo,
The
this is
nastiest verse
crazy.
I've ever heard in my
It's
entire
such a
life.
good verse. So we started working on it, and we were like kind of bouncing Tommy's ideas off of what Gavin had said. But then eventually, I hit up Gavin. I'm like, yo, we're gonna put this song on a project. I sent
never met him
I
at
sent
this
the working
point.
version
Okay.
we had,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
texted me back immediately. He's like, I'm coming down as soon as possible. We're gonna like re-record some parts of this verse. We ended up re-recording the entire thing because we have some better equipment now. But he was just so excited and so happy to be a part of the project. And every time I talk to him about it, he just tells me how much he loves it.
Man, he's literally the coolest guy I've ever met. I swear to God, dude. Like, yeah, I love Gavin. I didn't even know him, and it was so funny because, like, my mom would always be like, who is this? This is the best verse, like, I've ever heard. It was one take, this verse.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't even know, like, who he is. I know his name is Gavin. And then he comes down, and we just, like, hit it off. He's, like, the coolest guy ever. Literally. He's going to be at the show tonight.
Oh my
So,
god, amazing.
Yeah.
Well, shout out Gavin. Shout out Matt.
Shout out Matt.
Shout out Matt. We
Shout
love
out-
you, Matt, if you're listening.
I love you so much.
Cool. Well, we're
know.
gonna hear Gavin, who goes by Gavo.
G-A-G.
G.
Goes by G's now.
G's. Okay.
Jeez.
Okay. Citruses featuring G's. Another Life. Enjoy.
Possessive. A love for the things you own. Are we really interested in the same things?
No, sir. Just one big splash of milk, and Bill was off to school.
I'm willing to take a chance.
Living in the Southwest, you stay on the East Side. Come and kick a minute, we can roll one and rewind. Thought that I came up with all the shit that I do. Slapped me in my ego and she said it's not no. Yeah, keep it between me and my shows. Yeah, Julie, we all ugly, that mean even me too. Yeah, even me too. I'm singing high time. just need out my room and pick up new phases.
I guess so.
And I've been thinking about what you can do. And I've been thinking how you would describe it. But our wavelengths never matched up. Maybe we could just meet in another life, yeah. Singing in another life, whoa. But our wavelengths never matched up. But our wavelengths never matched up, yeah. And I've been thinking about what you can do, yeah. And I've been thinking how you would describe it. But our wavelengths never matched up. Maybe we could just meet in another life, yeah. Singing in another life, whoa, whoa. But our wavelengths never matched up. But our wavelengths never matched up. Stepping out the taxi, I thought it was sweet. I'm living in the Southwest, she stay in the East. Stepping out the taxi, I thought it was sweet. Dang, Southwest, she stay on the East. Living in the Southwest, she stay on the East. Stepping out the taxi, that shit was sweet. That shit was sweet.
Stepping out the taxi, catch me walking to the bank straight laughing. They asked me how you get so motherfucking nasty. It becoming easy when you spitting like a gas leak. Too much on the belt like the way the chrome sit. It was still my city like I'm fucking homesick. And I give no shits about dudes who think they got the dope lips. Instead of sitting in doubt, I kept my head in the clouds. And with the shit that I learned, I finally got myself out. Yeah, I'm finally free on a new wavelength with a brand new girl and a brand new me. Somehow I got back on top without hitting my peak. Somehow we got it from the bottom by just rapping on beats. Fuck all that bullshit and old news I can finally see. I can finally breathe, smoking on trees, looking out for good days and finding my peace. No, they'll never knock me off of my feet. Gotta keep it discreet, tell them read and weep. And you already know where you can catch me. Stepping out the taxi, catch me walking to the bank straight laughing. They asked me how you get so motherfucking nasty. Becoming easy when you spitting like a gas leak.
You're beginning to understand.
And I've been thinking about what you can do.
Now, return.
I've been thinking how you would describe it. But our wavelengths never matched up. Maybe we can just link in another life.
More than I'd imagined.
Shorty in another life. Be my shorty in another life. In another life. Whoa, 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 whoa.
We're not ready for that kind of attachment, are we? But we can still have a lot of fun, can't we?
Sure we can.
And we're back. That was Another Life. I enjoyed the feature. I hope all of you tuning in did as
So
well.
there were actually
Yeah.
2 features on it.
Right.
Oh my god.
Another shout out to our boy Kyle Cantrell for
man.
absolutely killing it on the sax. He's also a jazz Jacob student, and
Cool.
we've been very, very lucky to get the chance to work with
One of
him.
the few live horns on the album, and I think each one really makes it like a whole, like the song "Scene So" we'll hear in a minute. It has these live trumpets on it, and it's like, oh,
Listen.
that is such a moment.
Listen, I wrote horns. That was my one. That was my one note because I was like, I have to ask about these horns. They are. Oh, that's not the next song, but it's coming up.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
so good.
Thank you.
Um.
That is our boy over here.
Yep.
I know, it's so cool,
Talk
Jack.
more about that one when we get to
I
it.
know,
Yeah.
it feels premature.
I do have kind of questions in continuation of what you guys were talking about. You're recording in the home studio. Was there any difficulties, like creative differences that you had in the process of making the album? Places where you guys might have disagreed on, a decision.
Like pretty much not at all. It was actually really great. I feel like we were completely on the same page about just about every step of the process.
I have to agree.
It almost just felt like we were like without even having to talk about it, we just like knew what the songs wanted to be and how to get them to that
It's
point.
funny, by the end of like mixing and like working on the vocals and stuff, it's like we wouldn't even have to like say which syllable was wrong. That's just
we would all just
that
know.
one, and everyone's like yes, you know, and it's like because it's a bit objective. Like we all know what we're going for.
Yeah.
And it's just like how do we bring this to light in the best way possible?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we had creative differences, but more of just like we're just bouncing ideas off of each other. Like maybe Tommy will sing something, and then Luca or I will be like
no, that's
"Oh, try singing it like this, or try singing it like this," or anything
Yeah.
along those lines.
It's a cool freaking environment to be in. Honestly, like it's very collaborative, very egoless. Like nobody's like. Yeah, my guitar sounds so great, and like I have to play this lick on them. You know, it's like really low wavelength. Like we're just kind of taking it easy on the thing.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I feel like we had the same vision for the project. Like we knew what we were going for from the very beginning.
Right. I think it's an interesting like group dynamic you guys have. I don't know of too many other groups where it's like the singer-writer also produces with two other producers. Did you like experience any difficulties were there any areas of making the songs where you're like, gosh, it'd be really helpful to have another person here? Or is that where the features and extra help came in?
I think that honestly only happened when I made music by myself. Like, with you two, I mean, like, you guys are just great at, like, all of this stuff. Like, you know, and it's like, I don't know. Like, it really doesn't feel like there's that much. I don't know. Do you?
I mean, I definitely think, like, with some of the songs, we expected that there was going to be some space to fill one way or another, which is why we ended up bringing in some features and whether, like, instrumental features or, you know, vocal features. And so, but we kind of, like, figured that out in the early stages of developing the songs.
Right.
And managed to work that into, you know, the general like development of them.
We had a Google Doc with like a checklist for like each song and what needed to happen on each song, you know. Yeah, I kind of embrace limitations. I really do. Like I think like because we've been in Joshi where we have literally everything at our fingertips, and it's like we just don't produce the same creative thing because it feels like you're in a sterile lab, you know.
Yeah.
It's like when we're just at Jack's house, like we are just chilling, like there's no pressure, like just like it's just like play some keys or make some cool noise, you know.
Just hang out on the couch and jam on the acoustics.
It's amazing. It's such a good vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Limitation definitely like makes me more creative, I feel like.
For sure.
Know?
Yeah.
And sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, just going off of that, like a lot of the beats that I personally made for this EP, I was just like on vacation with my laptop, and I had none of my plugins, I had no instruments with me, and it really just like forced me to make the most I could out of like the very limited things that I had to work with.
Yeah.
And I think that that's kind of reflective of a lot of this project too.
No doubt.
That's a really cool way of viewing it, like the limitations.
Thank you.
Made it,
It's definitely a thing somebody has said before.
And now Tommy has said it again. This next song.
So this is featuring Gary, and we've been making music since like freshman year together.
Sick.
He raps, he's an incredible rapper. He was at the last house show. It was a great time, and he freaking did this song. It was a great single to put out. You'll definitely this and Ashes in the Wind just felt like the two singles, you know. I don't know how much ado needs to go into this song. Is that the right word? Without further ado.
Perfect, thank you. This is Ashes in the Wind by Citruses.
I say you driving me loco, you driving me loco. They be like stick shift reverse, I swear on the low. They be like peace is required, I can't help but hide it. Hate it and fight it, but no we fly solo.
Okay, you driving me loco, you driving me crazy. We can link up after, send me your location. pushing it, girl. Drop your pen and say your attitude. I know way, I'm gon' slide into your avenue. I'm outside, girl, I'm only making plans with you. Oh, girl, you know I really fucks with you. I had to switch, cause you can't do it like this. Nah, we just be in the studio watching skate videos and shit.
Woo! I say you drippin' me loco, you drippin' me loco. They be like stick shift reverse, I swear on the low, though. They be like peace is required, I can't help but hide it. Hide it. Hate it and fight it, but no, we fly solo. Said it's Luca and Jack in my beat-pack, woo! As I pass me, boy, ask me and I need that. I'm gassy, speak tree sad, yeah. Come on, said I did it all and I still say my knees, screaming, Lord, forgive me, please. I'm a demon on freeze, we gotta go mode. Can't remember anything I wrote though, but girl, that's a no-no. I say you drippin' me loco, you drippin' me loco. They be like stick shift reverse, I swear on the low. Like peace is required, I can't help but hide it. Hide it. Hate it and fight it, but no, we fly solo.
Correction, that was not Ashes in the Wind a second time.
Run that back.
That was Stick Shift featuring Gary. Garrison.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Tommy, you have a very unique way of singing, I think.
Thank you.
And that's what made me so, I think, impressed when first hearing Ashes in the Wind and then more of your stuff. You have a very confident way about you.
I'm blushing.
No, but it's unique. It's
Thanks.
not, I would say it's not traditional. How do you, like, is that just, you're just singing, you're just doing your thing?
I definitely want to be weird on things, you know, like there's no fun. Sometimes it bites me, but like, no, there's no fun in just like doing a normal da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Because like I swear I could probably do that literally all day.
It gets
like,
boring after a while.
It's like really fun to be like, you know, like just all these random things. Like where did man, I love when people. That's like my favorite thing to hear is like people are like, I can't predict what you're gonna do next or like where you're gonna go with it.
Also, you have so many influences from like different places, like different corners of music.
Every song that I know, I think I know like every word too. And then, the inflections. Like, yeah, Smino is like a name that got thrown around on that song, and that probably made my heart melt the second that I heard it. I was like, you think I sound like Smino?
Dude, as soon as I heard you go, be like, stick shift reverse, like, dude, that's just so Smino.
Yeah, I think it's a literally Smino, but...
and it worked so well for that beat, too. It was just like, it's what it needed.
Yeah, that was a good time. Thank you. That means a lot.
Of course. No, it's you guys are different and you're doing your own thing, and it's very cool. It's very, very cool to hear. Just be like, wow, they're Bloomington-based, they're IU students, and they've got this vision. Doing their thing.
Yeah, the dynamic is a bit strange. That was that's a thing that you've definitely spoken about before. It's like there's not many people. It's like they're all just sound nerds who like, you know, it's like
and like we're not a band, you know, that's the other thing is like a lot of, you know, we kind of really talked about this, but like we're not a band, we're really just a music group. I think that's the best way we've found to describe ourselves, because we really are just producers and and like musicians, but not in the traditional sense. And yeah, you know, like we said, we love sampling and we love, you know, making beats, and it's just like, it's great. I love what we're doing.
Together work better than human individual.
Cool. Well, okay, now we get to talk about the horns. Sorry, jumped the gun. So
horns!
Excited.
Horns!
This next song is Seen So. Jack, did you have any comments?
Yes.
On that?
So Luca made this beat over winter break, was it?
Over winter break.
Yeah, over winter break, and
Wow.
he came back and he played it for me, and I heard the horn part, and it was like some synth horns.
I had like some synth horns and some sampled horns on there already.
Yeah, and I heard that, and I played trumpet in jazz band in high school, and I had the trumpet sitting in my closet, and I'm like, okay, let me try something. So I busted the horn out. I was just warming up a little bit. I found the notes. It's just 3 descending chromatic notes. I just went down to the basement and busted it out and did some layers. And then it honestly, it just made the song so much better.
Yeah, it's such a full moment in the thing. It really is.
It really feels just so like powerful and like in your face.
Yeah. And yeah, you didn't. I think it's important. You didn't only just do the notes that we're playing. You did like a fifth up from the note,
Yeah,
and then
a
like
little
a
harmony.
fourth up from that. And it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all these harmonies going on. And
I
now it's
tried to
this
do the
big
octave, but I
moment.
can't get up that high.
And then by the end,
Streaming.
it's just like 10 stacks of like between
Yeah,
the
it's a
synths and
lot of
the
sound.
trumpet that Jack recorded. So it's like a very big moment in that song. Yeah.
And then Matt Cheaton said, "Bet I'm gonna make this the perfect moment."
Sick.
And
Well,
we love him for that.
yes. Cool. So this is my transitions are getting worse as the show goes on. We are going to be listening to Scene, so you're gonna hear the horns. It's gonna be awesome. Enjoy.
Check you screaming, do you love me? I just need someone who loves me. Stick another thought through my rib cage. You recognize the smell without a face that you see but play like daylight. Do you trust me? I just want someone who trusts me. Tend to overthink it and my mouth is on a limp. But realistically, I'm never over shacking up and living in there, yeah. I've never seen so clearly. I only count days on standby. Head in the clouds, watch on standby. What it is, I don't know, and I really need to find. But I play the game with lights off and lose it every time. Everything flowers or landmines. I'm washed up and dressed up on hand dried. How I can't just hold it down, I feel it in my soul. Keep it straight with internet, the only thing I know. So take you screaming, do you love me? I just need someone who loves me. And what's your day like? Do you trust me? I just want someone who trusts me. The only count days on standby. In my head in the clouds, watch on standby. And everything flowers or landmines. And everything flowers or landmines. And everything flowers or I've never seen so clearly.
All right. That was Scene, so shout out horns.
Shout out the horn.
Shout out
Yes.
Luca for the synth though.
Yeah.
that ending sound. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
all very cool. We're kind of running surprisingly low on time.
Running low.
I want to give Luca the chance to introduce this last
Okay.
and final song.
Just wanted, quickly introduce this last one, Feeling Kinda Lovely. This is like a bit of a special song to me because this is like the instrumental for this was the very first that we made on this EP.
And the vocals were
and
the
the
first that
vocals.
I recorded. at
We
least,
recorded like a rough demo of this probably like more than a
Emphasis
year
on the
ago.
rough.
Yeah. No offense to anybody, but
Yeah, none taken. But yeah, it's on the rough.
But yeah, it was just a chill day. Jack and I just found a great sample. Jack laid down some amazing guitar, which really, in my opinion, makes the entire song, is that guitar part.
Thank you.
And it's like so like dreamy and floaty.
It's crazy to
and
think
like,
that came to think that you played that. I was wondering if that was like a sample, like not too long ago, because I wasn't even, that's
that
a
was
good
the,
guitar.
that had to have been the Telly, because I don't even think I had the Strat at that point.
Yeah, right. Totally.
The Telly.
And I mean, yeah, like the sample, like the only part that's actually sampled, you can hear it in the very beginning, and then the rest is just Jack on guitar for the most part. And yeah, it was just the way that song came to be. I think it was a kind of lovely thing.
It is
so.
kind of lovely.
Oh, wow. All right. Perfect. Now we're going to hear Feeling Kinda Lovely, final song of the Citrus's self-titled EP. Enjoy.
Glanced at a mirror, I revolted. Gave it all to you like I owed it. Wasting every moment like I own it. It's a race and I ain't even left my home yet. Come up in every sense of these mistakes. Drop the bag and you can tell me that it's just okay. Gotta wonder when my ass gon' get better. Sooner better cause it's on the way. Gotta find my lane. Arguing about that and this, we're losing precious days. And always with the lips. Like that shit stop sounding so good. Hardly make it on my way. Ain't that the way? You don't let all that get. Cause life gave you lemons and you came up with some lemonade. Oh, you been around before. Oh, yeah, you been around before. Oh. Got up out of it, grab my cup, now I'm feeling kinda lovely. Kinda lovely. Giving taps and kudos, I feel new to my mind. New to my mind, new to my mind. Oh, I'm moody in my head, pick it up, now I'm feeling kinda lovely. Kinda lovely. Skate too, baby, I'm not new to that grind. New to that grind, I'm new to that grind. What you supposed to tell them on the outro? What you supposed to tell them? Put my mind in the clouds and my feet low. Put my mind in the clouds and my feet low. What I'm supposed to tell them on the outro? Hey, what I'm supposed to tell them? All the seconds that it took, how I speak slow. All the seconds that it took, how I speak slow. Got to get grass, gotta get it grass, gotta get it grass. Good, yeah, take one, didn't take a breath, never take a that I got to get it grass, gotta get it grass, gotta get it grass. Good, yeah, take one breath, never take a breath. Gotta find my lane. Arguing about that and this, we're losing precious days. Always with the lips. Like that shit stop sounding so good. Hardly make it on my way. Ain't that the way? You don't let all that get. Cause life gave you lemons and you came up with some lemonade. Oh, you been around before. Oh, yeah, you been around before. Oh. Got up out of it, grab my cup, now I'm feeling kinda lovely. Kinda lovely. Giving taps and kudos, I feel new to my mind. New to my mind, new to my mind. Oh, I'm moody in my head, pick it up, now I'm feeling kinda lovely. Kinda lovely. Skate too, baby, I'm not new to that grind. New to that grind, I'm new to that grind.
All right.
Wow. That was the thing. All 6 songs.
All 6 songs, all available for streaming across many platforms.
All available, yeah, on all the platforms, right? Yeah.
Tell the people where they can find you.
If you have Tidal, you should listen to us on Tidal because we uploaded those master files, and they sound so good. They're like 40 megabytes each, so you should go get that. But otherwise, I would say Apple Music and Spotify. You know what to do. We're on YouTube and SoundCloud if you don't pay for things. Just listen to us. I don't care about the microcents that I'm going to get from your stream, so stream it wherever.
And you can find out about everything that we're doing on Instagram. That's kind of like our main platform.
Instagram is our main plug. Citruses. We
links to everything.
Yeah, links to everything, no doubt. We do goofy little videos and just fun stuff, man. We're just trying out here. Quick few little shout outs. We have to thank Mike, IU Bloomington. Oh my goodness, the music industry creatives at this place are just filled with the most enthusiastic people who just want to do everything with you. And it's just, everyone's so nice. It's such a good community. If you're listening and you're not part of music industry creatives at IU, and you're into music, you're really messing up. You really are. Because you can be into marketing or management or creating or there are so many different facets that this club is. And yeah, I really had to plug them. They've been such a critical freaking piece of this album being a thing. So thank you so much, Thomas Barnum. I love you with my whole heart. I really do, bro. You're the best.
And they've also been helping a huge amount with the shows we've been doing.
Yeah,
the show tonight and the one we did a couple weeks ago.
Show at the Reef.
At the Reef tonight.
Flyer on Instagram. Check it out.
Huge names in that club of people who are doing giant things. Of people I know, like they're in all these bands. It's just so much knowledge about music in that club. You should really look into that.
Yeah, go check it out.
But I think that's it for shout outs.
Perfect. Shout out Mike. Shout out everybody who helped on this EP. Shout out you guys. Thanks so much for coming on.
Shout out Natalie. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. This is the coolest thing. We've never done anything like this, obviously. We're little babies. It was so much fun. It was really so fun.
It's really been a great time.
It was a good radio debut, I would say. So,
thank you.
Congrats to you guys on the EP.
Thank you so much.
Super excited for the show tonight. I will be there. And until next time, I suppose.
Until next time.
See you later, Citrus.
See you soon.